Hello everyone and welcome to this BBL update. We're going to look at different teams and how well they're going in this Big Bash season so far. So stick around and listening on the world of entertainment. First team, Sydney Sixers. Brilliant players such as Tom Curran, Sean Abbott and Josh Philippi. The Sydney Sixers are currently in great form after recently beating the Perth Scorchers and the Sydney Thunder in the Sydney Derby of an absolute thriller, winning the game in a super over. Thanks to hero Tom Curran, they're certainly leading the team well. Because they've played more games, they're higher up on the ladder, so they need to make sure that, as a Sydney Sixers supporter, if you are, you need to make sure you keep an eye on the ladder and watch all the other Big Bash games and keep an eye on who wins. And the Sixers just need to keep on winning because they've lost quite a lot of games, so they're probably going to drop down the table, I assume, in the next couple of weeks. The Sydney Thunder have been quite spoilt with the likes of Chris Green, Alex Hales, Callum Ferguson and Arjun Nair, certainly lifting their side's spirits, and they nearly were on the top of the ladder, but we never could exactly know whether they'd actually be above the Sixers because there was a match that was a draw thanks to the fire smoke. But it'll be interesting to see how the Thunder will go. They're looking quite promising. I'd say they're definitely a chance of making the finals. Well, any team has a chance. But, early on, I think the Thunder are playing quite well. Another contender is the Hobart Hurricanes. Great team. They nearly won a BBL final a couple of years ago. BBL finals, I think it could all change because they have different players moving from international games and backs and forths. So some great T20 players who are only being picked in the Test series who won't be playing against India. And then the players that will be gone for a while, such as Marnus Labuschagne. And there'll be players that will be playing Big Bash full on like Peter Siddle. So, yeah. It'll change in the finals because of the players that are going off doing their international duties for Australia and even other countries like the international stars will. Case Ahmed's also been another great player who's played for the Hurricanes. He's an international star, a great player to watch, especially his brilliant bowling in this Big Bash season and his celebration as well. Perth Scorchers I'm a bit nervous about. They've only won one match this season, so they need to up their game a bit if they want to play finals cricket. And I really like Chris Jordan and Fawad Ahmed, as well as Ashton Agar. They have been a huge contribution to our team. Liam Livingstone's good at the top of the order, and so is Josh Inglis. I think he's a rising talent. And Cameron Green, another one who's brilliant at the Sheffield Shield. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. One team I think that surprised me that wasn't doing so well is the Melbourne Renegades. Now, I expect them to be doing a bit better this season. They have great players such as Aaron Finch, Sean Marsh, Marcus Harris, Kane Richardson, Harry Gurney. They're all brilliant lineup, and Cameron Boyce the spinner. And they're very, very lucky that the BBL season is larger because they still have a chance. The 5-match finals, I did say the finals will be hard to get into for other teams, but I think any team can make the finals, given the fact that they now have 14 matches per team. They would have struggled if this was 2 or 3 years back. And there's also 5 teams that can make the final in the new system. They could make the finals. So I give the Renegades a chance, but they really can't afford to lose another game. They're practically dead meat. Like, the next 3 games they got to win, and win convincingly. Otherwise, they're just about going to stay bottom of the ladder for a long time. And the Scorchers, well, they're saying at least we're not underdogs now. And these are the former champions. I mean, who's the difference? Maybe Cameron White or someone? I think it's Cameron White who'd be the main missing player for the Renegades. So now the Brisbane Heat, well, they've only won one match this season, which was against the Sydney Sixers, and well, it was a convincing win by 48 runs, their only victory, but then the Stars beat them, and the Thunder, so as far as I know, I reckon the Heat are probably a number 5 or number 6 team. That's where they're probably going to finish off. And Chris Lynn as well, very exciting player to watch. He'll be playing out the rest of January, I think, in the Big Bash. It'll be very exciting to watch. And one player this Heat will be missing is Mitch Webston for about a week or so, because he's been picked in the Test squad for Australia to play New Zealand. If you're following that Test series, I certainly am. But Brisbane Heat, anything possible for them. Yeah, they got Chris Lynn. That's the main thing. Adelaide Strikers looking a dominant team with a draw and 3 wins. Brilliant bowlers such as Peter Siddle and Rashid Khan should lead the lineup, and wow, why shouldn't they? Last night in fact, they've just won a game by 18 runs. And against the Renegades, they've beaten the Stars by 5. They've beaten the Scorchers by 15 runs in DLS method and a draw. So they haven't lost a game yet this season. I'd say the Strikers are a team to look out for. They won the BBL 7 title, the Adelaide Strikers, and they're probably the favourites from here, I'd say. Them or one of the Sydney teams are the favourites. The Melbourne Stars are in a decent position. They have won 2 games and they've lost 1 against the Strikers. They're looking very convincing. So I'd say I won't rip the Stars off. They're playing quite well. And I think the key to them, if they want to do well, is Glenn Maxwell, which, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Maxie hit the ball because he's always there to hit the ball very hard. He goes after it. It's really impressive to watch. The Strikers' form is proven very well with the 2 highest run scorers, Alex Carey and Jonathan Wells, are on the top of the T20 series. Jonathan Wells, underrated T20 player, 161 runs so far this season. 186 is the current cap holder, Alex Carey. 157 runs for Aaron Finch, 156 for Callum Ferguson, and Jake Weatherald for 152 runs. So 3 out of 5 of those top 5 run scorers are Strikers players, so yeah, not surprising. The ladder, top team, Adelaide Strikers, followed by Sydney Sixers, Sydney Thunder, the 2 Sydney teams, Melbourne Stars, and Hobart Hurricanes. Those top 5. I reckon Stars and Hurricanes will swap spots, but other than that, it's pretty accurate. Then Brisbane Heat, Perth Scorchers, Melbourne Renegades. The leading wicket takers, 11 wickets for Sean Abbott this season. Kane Richardson's got 8 wickets, Tom Curran's got 8, Harris Ralph got 7, same with Meredith and Chris Jordan. Chris Jordan, a great contribution to the Scorchers he's been, and Daniel Sams also with 7 wickets, Ben Menenti with 6. So, very entertaining BBL season. I'll see you next time on the World of Entertainment. I'm doing lots of cool videos. There's a couple of BBL audio broadcasts. I know there's a lot of huge Big Bash fans watching right now. So, you will tune us in live for, I'm planning to do Scorchers v Heat, which is already scheduled. And I think it's Strikers v Renegades, followed by Australia v India, the ODI. So 3 audio coverages within 4 days. It's going to be belting. It's going to be tiring, but, I'm doing it. So I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. And by the way, share your thoughts in the comments and suggest all the videos you want to see right now.